硬币可以吗？还是要纸币？
硬币也可以，硬币可以，没事。
来，涨了1块钱。
I'm about to go and buy a Chinese smartphone to give away to you guys, my subscribers. But I thought we'd talk about the dangers of buying a Chinese phone because it's not that straightforward, and there are a couple of things you have to take into consideration. Okay, I'm going to skip over the whole conspiracy theories that Chinese phones are spying on you, and I'm going to cut straight to the chase. A lot of Chinese phones do have a lot of bloatware on them, you know, all sorts of weird, strange, and very irritating software that kind of, if you live in China, makes a lot of sense. See, the majority of, well, in fact, all Chinese phones run off of Android. I mean, they have their own special builds and their own special versions of Android on some of the phones. But because Google is blocked in China, and I mean, all Google services are just outright blocked, you don't get the Google Play Store, which is something you have to watch out for, because if you're in China and you buy a Chinese phone, you will probably be stuck with a phone that you can't install any apps on, you know, outside of China, unless you're using these sort of third-party Chinese app stores that they install. Now, every manufacturer, be it Xiaomi or Oppo or Huawei, they have their own kind of homegrown version of the app store, right? And this can be quite frustrating, especially since a lot of it's all in Chinese, and in fact, in some cases, they only have Chinese versions. So you as a foreigner will have a pretty hard time, you know, figuring out how to use your new Chinese phone. Anyway, back to the bloatware. Yes, Chinese phones very often come with all sorts of funny programs running on there that pop up, and you know, they're just incomprehensible gibberish to most of us because it just pops up all this stuff in Chinese, you don't know what's going on. A lot of these things have to do with just various conveniences for Chinese people, and in fact they are very convenient in China. This is where China's really innovated. I know, and we can all agree, that as far as the hardware is concerned, although you do get good quality Chinese phones these days, we can all agree that they're just copies of foreign brands. And so what you'll have is you'll have a phone that's taken all the design ideas from, say, Apple or Motorola or something, and they just kind of build something that looks almost the same, uses the same components or similar components, and you know, they can improve on it, but it's basically just a knockoff of a Western design. There's no denying that. But when it comes to software, that's where China's really innovated. I did mention in my last video that everybody uses their phone to do everything that, you know, most Western people do on their computers. Well, it's not a new thing, man. They've been doing that since when I first got to China in 2006. You know, when you still had old phones like those crappy sort of Java-based Motorola's and stuff, they had software on those phones that they'd, you know, built so that people could do everything on their phones. So out in the rural villages, if they have a phone, a crappy Java-based or Symbian-based phone, they could use it for gaming, they could use it to read ebooks, they could use it to actually watch videos, they could do all sorts of things. And this is far before smartphones came out and far before the Western world kind of caught on to this whole thing. So as far as software is concerned, they have a hell of a lot of innovation. Problem is, it's incredibly bloaty and like a, you know, bloatware. When you load up the phone, it loads up all these weird Chinese keyboards for all the various different ways to input Chinese into your phone. It also does all sorts of strange things that allows you access to your banks, allows you access to watching movies, it allows you access to all sorts of streaming services. So, you know, it's annoying, but in the Chinese market, that's what people want. So they want their phones to be able to do all these things, and they don't want the hassle of having to download and install it themselves. And that's why when you get a Chinese phone, it's usually loaded to the brim with all sorts of stuff. Yeah. 这里不能拍我自己吗？好了，好，我去下面吧。So anyway, that's basically what I'm trying to get at here, is that you have this bloatware. In China it makes sense, but for you as a foreigner, you're not going to enjoy it. 我现在去下面。没事。对，没事，我就拍我自己。So anyway, let me go down because this security guard's telling me I'm not allowed to film here. And 在哪里可以下去？这里不能下去吗？
过不了多久啊。
这里可以啊。好。这里啊。 Okay, now I've managed to shake that rather annoying security guard. Let's continue with what I was saying. So the bloatware is an issue. Okay, but that's okay. There are international versions of these phones, and you can also root a lot of them and just put straightforward vanilla Android on them, which is fantastic. And that's something I do suggest you do if you are, if you are looking at buying a Chinese phone. Is just get rid of the software on there and start from scratch, But here comes the biggest problem, and that is the phone may not be compatible with your country. Oh, great. This elevator doesn't work, escalator doesn't work. Guess I'm just gonna have to walk. So especially America has a very complicated sort of system when it comes to their cellular networks. And this comes from the whole American idea of let the market sort itself out. So what happened was, as standards were being made, they kind of just played hard and fast with the rules and let the market decide which would work best. And because of this, you have a situation where American networks, so you've got Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all those, they all use different bands, and they're all weird bands. They're not like standard ones that the rest of the world uses. So it's quite frustrating. I could literally go buy almost any phone that I wanted here in China, in these markets, and take it to Europe, and it's going to work. And that's because the same standards, the same bands are pretty much used in China that are used in Europe. And I have to say that China's cellular network is probably the best cellular network I've ever used or experienced in my entire life. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I can be out in the middle of nowhere and I still get a strong signal, proper 4G LTE signal. I can stream anything, it's fast, it's reliable, it's awesome. But of course, everything's blocked, so it's good if you're using Chinese stuff. Not that good if you're trying to access foreign websites, etc. Thing is, their network is sound and solid. So, I asked everybody to tell me which phone they like the most out of all the budget phones. Everybody, the vast majority of people said the Oppo A57. And I agree, I think that's probably the one to go for. But I have to see if it runs off of an LTE B4 system. I think it's 1.7 gigs up, 2.1 gigs down. If it's got that sort of band range, I'm going to buy it. But the determining factor of which phone I'm going to buy has now changed from personal preference to something that I know will be usable in America, because it will definitely be usable in Europe. But if an American subscriber wins it and I send them a phone that doesn't work, it'll suck, because they'll just end up with a colorful paperweight, which, yeah, they could use it on Wi-Fi, but let's be honest, I don't want to give someone something they can't actually use. So let's go find an Oppo shop and see what's up. 好，我想问你，这个可以用在美国吗？
可以啊，
可以啊，是吗？
也可以装谷歌商店。
哦，可以啊。
可以啊。
That's really cool.
可以给你调成英文。
可以吗？谢谢，谢谢。好。That's really cool. He's saying that he can use the Google Play Store, which is very interesting. 但是我怕我去美国的话不能用。
不会的，这可以的，因为我们有很多外国顾客来这里购买了，一样可以用。
哦，是吗？
对。
哦，非常好。这个是那个 LTE 吗？
对。
LTE B4。
都支持的。B4也有。
Okay, I'm happy with that. Well, guys, I'm going to be buying this one then. 只有这种颜色吗？
还有，就这个颜色比较好看一点，还有个粉色。
还有粉色吗？
粉色就
pink
这个颜色。
跟那个差不多。I don't know, guys, pink or gold. You know what? This is a very Chinese color. I think I'm going to go for this one. 我要一个这种的，可以吗？好，谢谢。现金，现金。
这边买一下吧。
好。
帮你开机啊。
好。
帮你装谷歌。
好，我们看一下。See if it's legit in there. Ah, 都有啊。
都有。
好，很好，感谢感谢。OK， 好了。So Let me just count it out. 我先给我的朋友看。1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that is my own cash, guys. I haven't been sponsored anything. This is for you guys. Okay? 在这边。好，你好。
你好，
谢谢。
稍等一下，
好了好了。
我找你1块钱。
好，感谢感谢。
硬币可以吗？还是要纸币？
硬币也可以，硬币可以，没事。
来，找你1块
好，
钱。
谢谢啊。
好，谢谢。
Cool, I got my one yuan back.
把它装谷歌。
哦，好，装谷歌，好。Okay, so what he's doing is he's putting in the Google Play Store. Ah, 很好，很好. Well, that's alleviated a lot of my problems. You know, quite honestly, that was my biggest worry, was that I'd buy a phone and send it all the way to you guys, because it's actually going to cost me probably half the cost of the phone to ship it to overseas. And if it doesn't have the Google Play Store and if it can't work, what's the point, right? So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to take a photo with that phone here in the shop. You guys go onto my Instagram, because I'm going to post it to my Instagram. Leave a comment there. Just say "Stay awesome," and say you're interested in the phone. And I'm going to choose my winner from the Instagram comments. So if you want to win the phone, that's what you got to do. 我忘了，我想拍个照，可以吗？
可以啊。
可以拍你们吗？
可以啊，可以啊。
好。1、2、3。Alright guys, I just took a very, very quick amateur snap here in this store. So I'm going to post that to Instagram. You guys will be able to see the quality of the camera just being used without trying. And go leave your comment there for a chance to win this phone. 谢谢。好，再见了。拜拜。拜拜。哪里真的不会。再见。That was a very positive experience. The guys here, I just walked into the store. They didn't have a problem with me filming. I asked them if I could. And it's nice, especially after being chased out by that grumpy security guard. So guys, that was quite fun. I've got the phone, but good news, my friend pulled through and I'm getting a second phone to give away as well. That one's going to be a surprise. So this coming Friday, I'm going to be making an unboxing video of both phones, and then I'm going to announce the 2 winners. So you have until Friday to go to my Instagram and go and leave a comment on that picture. So guys, thanks for watching, and as always, you know the drill. Stay awesome. This is really cool. I've just bumped into a subscriber from Italy.
Hello there, hello everybody.
Cool. Can you help me tell everyone to stay awesome?
In Italy?
Yes.
Continuare a guardare questo canale, è eccezionale.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, man.
My pleasure.